If you've watched my beginner tips video for Roller Champions, you should now understand some of the basic mechanics and tactics, but I doubt you've quenched your thirst for improvement. So in this video, we're going to look at how high level players travel at light speed with and without the ball. Consider subscribing if you're looking to get better at Roller Champions. The faster you travel, the harder you are to tackle. The higher you are on a wall, the bigger the speed boost you'll gain when pumping down. Reaching high on the walls is actually not as hard as it looks. I managed to touch the ceiling in about 5 minutes of practice, and you can as well. I advise practicing this in a solo custom match. Go to any corner of the ring. The sides of the ring are a little harder because of the uneven surface, but we'll get to them later on. First, you'll want to use your uppercut leap close to the wall to quickly gain some height. Then pump all the way down. Let go of pump as you hit the flat surface. Then you'll want to do a normal jump as you go up the other wall. Then after you land back on the wall, press the uppercut to take you even further up. Then pump all the way down and repeat again on the other wall. The only thing that is a bit of a problem is the timing of your first jump. If you jump too early, you hit the wall. If you jump too late, you jump off the wall. The way I personally like to judge it is by jumping just before my character leans back flat to the ground. I find this way of timing it easier than using markers on the wall, as sometimes the camera won't be facing the wall so you can't see the markings, but you can see your character. The way to tell if you've timed it right is when your roller skates don't make any sound against the wall. Here's an example of them making a sound. And this is when you do it correctly. Practice this until you gain enough speed to hit the ceiling. In a real game, hitting the ceiling is not a good idea, but we're doing it for the sake of practice. It will take some time to get consistent smooth jumps, so don't worry if your jumps aren't flawless straight away. If you get taken out in the corner, the wall can be a little too high to ride up without momentum. So instead, you can tackle or dodge into the wall to give you momentum, then quickly press the jump button to climb up as normal. This is super useful to get back into the chase after being tackled. To stay on the wall and buy time for your teammates to pull off the pass, alternate between pressing tackle and uppercut. This will keep you up for a short time, but eventually you will run out of stamina and fall. You also want to use this technique when you're goalkeeping. It's far more effective to stay on the wall in front of the goal instead of just leaping from the ground. Now let's look at how to gain and maintain momentum while carrying the ball. Once you pick the ball up, you lose the ability to uppercut. This makes it harder to get that initial height and speed. If you're already at a good height and someone passes the ball to you, then you just repeat what we've learned just without the uppercut, and you can maintain all your momentum as long as your jump timing is good. If you pick the ball up with no momentum, then you can roll the ball up the wall by holding the throw button and then pressing the uppercut. This gives a nice steady roll which you can climb to easily. But remember, the corner walls are higher, so you need to tackle into the wall before jumping. If you're picking up the ball close to the wall, you can use the uppercut leap just before you pick it up to gain height. This is much easier than throwing the ball at the wall, so use it every time you get the opportunity. The best place to use this movement are the corners of the ring because they're nice and smooth, and it's also the place that causes you to lose speed because of the turn. So if you can position yourself high up when a teammate comes around with a ball, you'll have a huge speed boost ready and you can reach the goal in no time. In fact, if you can ramp up from the corner of the inner wall, you can launch yourself towards the goal over the defenders. The sides of the ring are harder to skate up because of the elevated surface. It still works, but you get lifted up from the ground as you reach the wall. This does make it a little harder to time the jump correctly, so the corners are much better to start off this movement. If you have a method of dealing with the sides, let me know down in the comments and I'll pin that comment for others to see. You can enter the straight side from this angle if you want to stay on the wall. This is less riskier than launching yourself as you get more time to take the shot. The only time I wouldn't recommend using this type of movement is in lobbies when no one passes, because you'll be just wasting time swinging from side to side. And try not to get carried away staying on the walls waiting for passes. Make sure you're helping your team out in defense as well. If you're looking for other teammates to play with, you can join the Discord. I'm creating a server for people who like to constantly improve and prioritize teamwork. That's all for this video. Hit the like button before you go, and I'll see you in the next one.